So just as a reminder to know if you've knit your all your rounds in stocking stitch is to just count little V's, and if you've done like I recommended you in the previous video, instead of place the marker, remember to count from above the marker. So far I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm ready to start on the fingers, and to do that we'll be working first one finger and then the second. So it's very similar to what we've already done with the thumb. We're gonna first knit our stitches. And then I'm gonna set aside stitches, and to do that I'm again gonna use a needle and some scrap yarn. It doesn't have to be super thick, just need like this one was. A thin scrap yarn also works. Then I'm gonna set these aside and just leave them to rest. The rest of my stitches for the second finger, I'm just moving the last 2 over. It's also a good idea to just count that you did do the right amount, just so that you don't have to go back and fix a mistake. Now this thread's quite long, so I'm just gonna put it inside the mitten so it doesn't get in the way. And again, like with the thumb, using the backward loop method to cast on your stitches. And then knit the remaining stitches. Now, since we're going to be working a certain amount of rows in stocking stitch, I'm going to place a marker so that I can just count from above the marker. And like I done earlier, I'm gonna take my stitches and just drag one of the stitches I cast on over to the other side, just because I like to have an even amount, but you don't have to do this. I just prefer it that way. And then you just continue working around knitting all your stitches, which is a stocking stitch. This can happen. Now, this can happen when you are casting on. You can see this kind of looks like they're twisted around each other. So I'm just gonna drag them around like this and see that they're not twisted and not wrapped around each other. And just knit it as you normally would. And of course, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. So I've now worked all my rounds in stocking stitch, and I'm going to be decreasing and finishing off the finger. So to do that, we're going to be knitting 2 together. So I'll show you how to do that. And in the first round, you're going to knit 2 together around. That means you're going to knit 2 together all the way. So for every stitch, or well, you knit 2 and 2 together, so let me just show you. So it's exactly like you would knit one stitch, you just do it through two. So just like this, that's knit two together, and then just continue like that all the way around. Now if you have an odd number of stitches on one needle, just make sure to pull it through and divide them so that you have two even numbers, so that you can actually knit two together. And for the for some sizes you will be doing another decrease round where you're going to be evenly decreasing to a set number of stitches by working knit two together where needed. Now you don't need to stress about doing this exactly evenly, just make sure you get the amount of stitches that the pattern calls for. But for me, I'll just have one round in this kit size. So the next step is to cut the yarn and pull the remaining stitches through the cut the yarn, pull through remaining stitches and weave in on the wrong side. So just going to give myself a small tail here and take my needle, and then to pull it through I just lift it like we done before when we were leaving the stitches to rest. Pull this through and again move the stitches around because we're doing magic loop, and just pull these last stitches and then secure it like this. Now you should put this thread on the inside, so in this little hole here, just gonna put my needle through and just grab it from the inside and like this, and then I'm just going to turn my work inside out and weave it in. You can also just wait and weave it in at the end, but just going to show you how to do that now. So pull your thread on your needle if it's not already there, and then you just go through like this, and you just go up and down these little waves, which is what your work look like on the inside when you're working in stocking stitch or stockinette if you are American. Now you just do that a little bit just to secure it, and then cut it. And once you're done, you should also weave in the rest of the ends, any ends you may have. So turn your work back out, and we are now ready to work on the second finger and the thumb afterwards.